people think you're supposed to take care of your parents no matter what, but my mother left me homeless when I was 17. Not struggling, not barely getting by. I mean, completely homeless. One day, she packed up everything that mattered to her, then she ran off with another man to start a new life. And she made that clear. She left me and my siblings sitting in an apartment in the projects waiting for the locks to get changed. I remember the last day she came back to get the rest of her stuff. She looked at me directly in my eyes and she asked, "So what you finna do?" And I stood there hoping my mama would say, "Come with me," but she didn't. She grabbed the rest of her stuff, walked out the door, and left me right there. 17 years old. No plan, no guidance, no mama, just the streets. So I took it to the chin. I slept wherever I could sleep, pillow to post with my baby mama. Eventually, I got a job. At 18 years old, I got my own place, and I started building a life for myself. I became the man that nobody invested in. Fast forward about 12 or 13 years later, my phone rang. "Hey son, it's your mama." She had just been put out. Now she needed somewhere to stay, and I had it. I had the space, I had the money, I had the resources. For a moment, my heart wanted to say yes, because that's my mama. But then my memory kicked in. Flashbacks of being 17 years old, standing outside that apartment, watching my mama walk away. So I told her, "No, mama." And I reminded her, "You remember when you left me homeless? I had to figure it out." And I told her, "You had to figure it out just like I did." And would you believe she hung up before I did? And I'm not gonna lie, I sat there for a moment, shed a few tears, because denying your own mother somewhere to stay hurts, but boundaries matter. Some people think forgiveness means access. It doesn't. I forgave my mother, but she doesn't get the benefit from the man I became without her investment. You can love someone and still refuse to let them benefit from the damage that they cause, because sometimes the harvest people reap is the seeds that they planted.
Kudos to the man that was transparent with the process of, how things were between him and his mother after he became independent and the man he himself taught himself to be through survival mode. He said growing up as a child, his mom would always treat the men that she had in her life better than him, who is her son. And I apologize to that man or to anyone that's had to go through that process in their childhood. But he said something that I really love. He said, "I forgave my mom, but that doesn't mean giving her access." That's a big one right there. Many things that people do, which is a big mistake, is when I forgive you, I'm giving you access. No. Forgiveness doesn't mean giving them access. It means you've forgiven them for yourself, so you can actually still move on. You can still, be a better person, not just to yourself, but to others. I liked when he said that. I also like the fact that he set a boundary between him and his mother. Yes, when his mom needed help, it was his choice not to let her come stay with him. But I like that he set a boundary where he can still function and still protect his adulthood as an adult. That was another important thing too. If many people understood that when we set boundaries, it's not just for individuals we meet in our lives, but it's also for family members, I believe it can help people have a peace of mind. Family members are not exempted from getting boundaries, especially when it comes to protecting your peace of mind as an adult. So honestly, I love that video. I hope we all learned something from this. And to anyone that's in the same process as him, your feelings are valid, and I wish you the best of luck in your healing journey. I really do. Take care.